Korea's financial regulator has flip-flopped on single-stock leverage products 3 times in 3 weeks. Difficult, then under review, then pushing ahead. Samsung Electro-Mechanics just locked in a 10-year MLCC supply deal with big tech, and its Q2 operating profit doubled. SK Hynix's American depository receipts are down more than 8% in a month, and a buyback is reportedly on the table. The National Pension Fund's reserve has slipped toward 1,900 trillion won as its domestic stock portfolio lost 5.64% in a month. And the so-called father of ETFs just told Korean investors, "Let it die naturally. Don't force a delisting on single-stock leverage funds." It's Friday, July 31st. Here's what investors are watching in Korea today. Korea's markets are caught between policy whiplash and hard numbers today. Regulators are still figuring out how to rein in leverage products, even as pension money and blue-chip earnings tell different stories. Samsung Electro-Mechanics and SK Hynix show two sides of the same chip cycle, one locking in AI demand, the other absorbing a US sell-off. Here's what the numbers show. Korea's regulator called leverage ratio adjustments difficult on July 16th, under review on July 24th, and under active pursuit by July 29th. 3 reversals in 3 weeks that traders say undercut confidence in the rules. Samsung Electro-Mechanics posted 440 billion won in Q2 operating profit, roughly double a year earlier, on a new 10-year supply deal covering AI server-grade MLCCs with more than 10 global customers. SK Hynix shares fell 5.64% to 1,320,000 won after its earnings call left shareholder return plans undefined, and its ADR has dropped over 8% in the past month alongside a broader chip sector correction. The National Pension Fund's reserve stood at 1,900.6 trillion won as of early June, but a domestic stock return of negative 5.64% this past month has erased roughly 300 trillion won of the gains built up since January. Regulators separately proposed requiring pharma and biotech IPO filings to disclose pipeline discontinuation rates, closing an information gap that has inflated some listing valuations. So what does this mean for global market followers tracking Korea today? Earlier, we said regulators have flip-flopped 3 times in 3 weeks. Here's what that means for you. Expect more headline volatility on leverage rules before any final framework lands. Watch Samsung Electro-Mechanics' order book and SK Hynix's October earnings call for the next read on whether the AI chip cycle can outrun the broader correction. And watch how far the National Pension Fund's equity losses run, since a fund that size retreating removes one of the market's largest buyers just as volatility peaks. That's today's AI Prism, Securities Daily. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a Won IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.